Bye.
Love you.
Love you,
Bye.
Shannon.
Love you, Shannon. Bye.
This is how I get sent off. Now I'm headed back to Atlanta, and I'm leaving about the same time I did on Friday, so I should be home really late tonight. I was just dilly-dallying and hanging around with my family. It's really hard to be the only one leaving when everyone's hanging out visiting. Usually you have a couple people like, oh, hey, you ready to go? Okay, I'm ready to go, but I was just kind of hanging out, visiting, packing, and just realized all of a sudden it was going to be 4:30 when I'm heading out, so now I'm headed back to Atlanta. I find it ironic that I just heard a talk show on the radio complaining about how big of an influence media has been on people. I'm stopping for gas in Moultrie. Right now it's $3.27 here, so that's not half a bad price for gas. My drive from where I am from in Florida all the way up to the interstate is just farmland and country, and it's just beautiful driving through, and I wonder what all the different crops are that I'm passing. I know I saw some corn, and I saw some other fields that last year were cotton, but I know there's a variety of different plants that have been passing, so it'd be interesting to talk to the farmers and find out what they're selling it for, or how they're selling it, what they're growing their crops for, and everything. Hey, I made it to the halfway point. I'm back at Tipton Starbucks, where I got a coconut cappuccino. Yeah, I have a registered Starbucks card too, so I got my coconut syrup for free, which is very nice. I was just trying to look up a podcast for one of my favorite speakers, Ravi Zacharias. He's a Christian apologeticist. It's about really thinking through our beliefs and stuff. And I didn't have time to get a podcast downloaded while I was at Starbucks, but while I was on the radio, I just realized that, or I turned on the radio and there he was giving a talk. Well, I made it home. It only took about 5.5 hours, and I got a little tired of driving by the end of the trip, but I had my music and different snacks my mom had packed for me, and I ended up eating another sandwich for dinner, so I didn't have to stop. I just did stop at Starbucks, but didn't have to stop for dinner. So, anyway, I made it back safely, and I had a great time this weekend. Made it back up to Atlanta safely. Took me about 5.5 hours to make it all the way from Florida. I'm really tired now after being in the car that long. My legs were getting tired because my car doesn't have cruise control, so I was definitely ready to get out of the car. But it wasn't too bad. It hit some rain on the way. Ended up having to drive like 40 on the interstate because it was so bad. But I made it safely, and that's good. And then I had a lot of music and a lot of snacks to keep me company, so it was nice. But anyway, yeah, I made it back.